Christ Place Preschool volunteers. If you're watching this video, that means you are teaching or assisting in our 1-year-old classroom. You can see that I'm in room 247 today. Come on in, let's take a look. We are going to be using our Christ Place Preschool Volunteer Handbook while we talk. In your handbook, let's turn to page 17 because we'll specifically use this page to talk a little bit about basic needs to knows while you're teaching and assisting our 1-year-olds. Let's start with bullet point 1. Greet the parents at the door. You know what? Sunday mornings for me personally, I'm just going to be very honest, is difficult. It's hard because it's very easy for the enemy to attack. I'm irritated with my kids. I may get irritated with Adam, and it's helpful to really come into the classroom with a prayerful heart, praying for your kids, praying for their parents. So make sure you greet the families at the door with a smile. Make sure each child has a sticker on their back. We are doing something new in preschool. We're going to have a self-check-in where we're not having hard tags anymore as of September, where everybody's going to start using stickers. So make sure they have their sticker, and when parents pick them up, make sure you greet them again with a smile and make sure the parent's tag matches the child's pickup tag. Also, second thing is in a 1-year-old room, it's very important to make sure the bags are labeled, cups are labeled, anything they come with that the parents want to bring back home needs to be labeled. If it's not labeled, in this box by the door, there are these white labels, and there's a Sharpie in here you can use to label things. Really important to take attendance. So let's talk about our clipboard for a minute. On your clipboard will be your attendance, and make sure you check off the hour they're here. Also, on your clipboard is the red allergy list. This tells you if any child in your classroom has an allergy. Let's talk about allergies for a minute when we talk about snack. You will see on your paper that in bold it says only give the children the snack located in the room. We're doing something different with our snack this year in preschool. We are seeing a whole lot more peanut allergies or nut allergies in general and dairy allergies. So all of our snack, we want it to be nut and dairy free. We're going to use things like graham crackers, pretzels, raisin that are appropriate for the age group in each room, but we're going to do the research and make sure that it comes from places that aren't produced in factories with nuts or dairy. So you'll see your snack is right here. And if there is a special snack that morning, for example, Easter, we will have one of these on your door that alerts the parents for what they may be tasting that morning. Also on the clipboard, you'll see your schedule. It's right here, but come promotion, it will be on the clipboard. So the clipboard, roll and take it everywhere with you, your allergy sheet and your schedule. In case of emergency, it's important to always have this clipboard with you so you know exactly who's in your classroom in case of a fire or a tornado. So let's talk about your curriculum. Trisha, our preschool education coordinator, works really hard to get this curriculum ready for you. She will give you a notebook with the Bible lessons from each week. Remember, this is how we talked about being intentional. It's being intentional to prepare for your Bible lesson, to pray for the kids' hearts as you teach them the Bible lesson. So there's a master copy in here. Also, there's a Bible under here. It's very helpful to read the story that day from the Bible. Also, in these boxes are your craft and color page. And you may say, okay, Julie, how in the world do I get my active 1-year-old class to be able to sit for a Bible lesson? I can tell you that's actually easy. We talked about snack. Do it during snack, or use your craft as a perfect time to reinforce the lesson. While they're doing the craft, teach them the lesson. Break the craft down into small parts so they can get the lesson better that way. Everything you need is in here, the craft, and also we have some other things in here we'll tell you about in a minute. Please make sure that all diapers get changed. It's very important before your service hour ends, maybe 30 minutes before it ends, make sure you start changing those diapers. you'll see I'm walking to the restroom. Each classroom has a restroom in it. For a 1-year-old classroom, that's where your changing table is. There are wipes. There are also pads for the changing table to keep it sanitary. There are also gloves. Make sure you wear gloves when you're changing the diapers. If you have children who are upset, or with 1-year-olds, you need a way to guide them to Obie's farm or to the playground. There are bye-bye buggies, the red buggies that have 6 seats that you can use, and they're located in the hall outside your room. Also, the clear box by the door where the labels were, there are 2 very important signs. You will see a sign that says our class is in the playground and our class is in Obie's farm. If you go to one of these places during your service hour, it's so important that you hang this sign outside your door with your clip. By being intentional, make sure you're paying attention to each child in your class. Make sure you're playing with them, and it's important to refrain from cell phone use. Also, avoid putting yourself in a situation where you're alone with the kids. In this box, where our clipboard is, there's also an important checkout for Sunday classes. This is your keeping the room tidy. It tells you some important things like sweep up the floor from the snack. In here, put all the toys back in here. Make sure you use your Sani T10 to spray. And this cleaner, we've had people ask us, this is very safe for the kids. Use it to clean the tables. And when you leave, especially 11 o'clock teachers, you can just put your toy basket on the table, spray it quick, and leave it there to dry. Our resource room ladies will put it up during the week. If you ever have any questions about this, please feel free to ask us. If there is an accident, it's really important to fill out an accident report. If you look at the very back, page 42, this is a sample accident report. In your classroom, it's right here again in your clear box. So any accident that has blood or saliva, make sure you have on gloves, and also make sure you put an antiseptic wipe on that. Saliva accidents, those are bites. And in our resource room, you will see that we have a first aid kit with Band-Aids and antiseptic wipes, and in the refrigerator in there, you'll see a freezer that has ice packs. Children, if they get hurt, a Band-Aid and an ice pack are always 2 good things to help calm them. Any accident from the neck up needs to be reported on an accident report, and also if you could come tell the staff so we can contact the parents if we need to. How you fill this out is you will always sign it first. Parents will sign it first, then you will sign it. You'll leave it at the preschool desk for me to sign it. Let's say you're a 9:30 teacher and you know Johnny does not get picked up till after the 11 o'clock hour. That's when you leave, you communicate it with the 11 o'clock teacher that the parent needs to sign it, and you also tell staff about the accident that happened. And the action taken, if you give them TLC, that's awesome. But please don't put you gave TLC on the accident report. Please describe that. Little Johnny sat by me, stopped crying, and I comforted him. I talked to Johnny until he got calm instead of saying TLC. Those are some good things you can put. So let's turn back to page 17. So something very important that we want you to do to be intentional is take ownership of the class. Get to know their names. Get to know their parents' names. Build relationships with the parents. Also, in your box, you have a list of your class and postcards. Postcard is a really easy way that kids love, because they get mail, to keep up with the kids when they're sick, when they're absent, or when they have a birthday. And you can fill this out. You can leave it at the preschool desk. Not only are they in here, but there's some in the resource room. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask us. We want you to pray about your class, to let us know if there are any needs ever in your class. And we are praying for you as you are teaching these kids God's truth. Remember our mission statement. We exist to glorify God by discipling one another to reach and raise the next generation to live out God's truth. Thank you for teaching and loving on our 1-year-olds.